not exactly sure what you say here. I'll keep it short. I remember I did a video quite a few months ago, probably 8+ months ago, and there was a period where Onana kept conceding low hard shots into the net, and he was just not saving them. Low hard shots into the nets, and I've actually got a Discord here. If I can just quickly swap and show you. In fact, I'll just read them. This was I'll tell you when. The second month, the third month of 2024, it's a low hard shot. Of course it goes in. Low hard, and then another comment on the seventh month. Low hard shot into the corner. Of course it goes in. Another season of this for United if Onana stays in number one. Now, if I'm seeing that Onana can't save a low hard shot, what are the coaches seeing? The way the guy pushes off, I've done a video on this, rather than push off the floor and get distance across, he just jumps up in the air. And there was a perfect example. Xerxes had a really good shot, quick shot, low and hard into the corner. Their goalkeeper, Allison, already reading it. He's already reading the play, and he dives low, quick, pushes himself across the ground, saves the ball. Carbon copy, Mo Salah does the same shot, and it just goes in like it was unsavable. When you look at the XG, Manchester United actually had more XG in that game for those stat boffins than Liverpool. The fact is, we have a terrible goalkeeper. I'd have no idea why nobody's calling it out. And we have a terrible manager. I've been saying this for a while now. It's like nothing new. I expected to lose this game. I wasn't going into this game expecting to win. I expected to lose. And I'll tell you why I expected to lose. Because he's picking Rashford again on the left wing. And Rashford, all he ever does is basically produce nothing. And worst of all, he doesn't track back and he don't have any positional sense. And so Mo Salah was up against a left back that's not a left back and a winger that doesn't track back. It's probably the easiest game Mo Salah's going to have. And I think he just did a post-game interview without his shoes on. And he was stood there and he said, yeah, I was surprised at how easy it was. Casemiro, well, we know Casemiro is finished and he just continues to play him. He could have played a different system. He could have packed the midfield. He could have done anything. But again, no, he chose to have Colby. He chose to have Casemiro and Bruno, which is just a midfield three that doesn't work. And on Bruno, I'll keep saying it, and I'll everyone tells me I'm wrong. Oh, he's got the most assists and goals or whatever that isn't called Kevin De Bruyne since XYZ date. Look, Bruno might get you stats. He's not going to win you football games consistently, and he's not going to win you titles. For me, he's not a player you build a team around. The fact he got a new contract was pointless and a joke. And when we lose 7-0 to Liverpool, which I've still not forgotten about, because you shouldn't forget about it, when you lose 7-0 to Liverpool and he then makes you captain and he then gives Rashford a new contract, it just makes no sense. The team today had to be Diallo on the right and Garnacho on the left. There was literally no other option, and he managed to not do that. He's told the board, oh, don't worry, we've got Luke Shaw. So now we don't have a left back. So now we've got Dalot playing left back. We've got a goalkeeper who I have no idea what his strengths are because it's certainly not saving, and he's not even that good at playing out the back. You'll have these Ten Hag in fans, or these Ten Hag fans, and they'll say, oh, when we got our defenders back, when we got our ball playing goalkeeper, when we got our full backs, when we got our midfield, we're going to start cooking. We had Martinez, De Ligt, Onana, Mazuri, Dalot, Kobe Mainu, Bruno. Like, when are you going to accept that it's the system? It's the tactics. It's the manager. You can't just keep binning off player after player after player and telling every single player that they're rubbish. There's a fundamental problem with the management. I mean, I'm not even going to get mad at the game. The game was just a simple case of Mo Salah had an entirely free game, and we had a bloke in midfield that just got ran through. We've got a striker that's not even really a striker. Let's be honest. I'm used to growing up with Rooney, Ronaldo, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Solskjaer, Cole. Right? This is who I watch. Xerxes, I'm not trying to say he's poor, but he's not the striker to lead Man United to a title, is he? Right? He's not a Haaland. He's not a Harry Kane. He's a link-up player, but who's he linking up with? Bruno, who he's just wild. He's just wild, and he's got a horrific mentality. It's not a captain's mentality. Think about all the crazy games we've had in the last 4 or 5 years that we've lost, the 7-0s, the 6s. He's captained them all. He never steadies the ship. He never slows the game down, dictates the play. We were awful, absolutely awful. And like I said, like that team, I don't know what it is with Man United fans, and Man United fans at the stadium like applauding the odd chance. Like we're 3-0 down and they're applauding and oohing and ahhing that we might get a chance. Like they're all screaming about the overhead kick that Martinez almost scored. It don't matter if he does score it. It'd be 3-1. The game's done. The game was finished after that second goal went in. You know how strange that is? To play Liverpool at home and just the second goal goes in and you just know it's game over. There's just no comeback. It's very strange. And to top it off, I find the manager incredibly boring. I think it's because he doesn't know English well, that all of his little mannerisms and stuff, it doesn't translate well. Like Slot has a much better mannerism persona, you know, and I just find him stood at the sideline, just boring. He's brought on Ahmad, and Ahmad's done really well, but he's took off Garnacho for him. And I know these substitutions made no difference because the game was done anyway, but his in-game management, his everything is so strange. And to sum it up, man, he'd have brought on Scott McTominay if we had Scott McTominay today if we were 2-0 down. He didn't have that option, so he brought on Harry Maguire, and you could see all the players start pinging the ball to him, which is not an accident. The players are professionals and they do what the manager says. It's very clear that they were targeting him. Is that what we've become? 3-year project? We're targeting Harry Maguire in the box? Like, I'm not even going to be mad. Liverpool played really, really well, but it's one of them. It'll be one of the easiest games of the season for them. We didn't have a midfield and we didn't mark Salah. Like, that is Liverpool tearing through you, getting it to Salah. I mean, we talk about like Bruno doesn't offer team shape. He doesn't. He offers nothing to the team shape. He might contribute goals and assists, but team shape means nothing. And you'll be like, yeah, well, goals and assists wins games. Yes. But if you had a different setup in midfield with different strikers and players, you'd create more. And okay, Bruno might not score 1 goal, but we might score 2 goals because the team shape's better. We're the only Premier League team this week to not score a goal. Why is that? Why are we playing Liverpool at home, our biggest rivals? We can't even put the ball in the net. Not even as just something to take home for the fans, a consolation goal. What? There's nothing. It's got to the point where I'm not even mad. I am confused. I genuinely have literally no idea what Ten Hag fans are seeing. Am I not seeing something? Because I have no concept of what he's doing. Are we just going to persist with Rashford on the left for the whole season, playing Garnacho on the right, and then doing this weird false 9 with Xerxes, Bruno, or then we play Højlund, and then what? We don't pass to him or get any balls in behind. Like, what's going on? Or we played Dalot at left back the whole season. What is going on? I genuinely have no idea. I'm confused, and I do not rate Onana, right? I categorically, I don't like him. I think he's a shit goalkeeper.